we finally managed to able to play every single Bowser multiplayer minigames pretty much. So, hop across the rocks to reach the goal, but watch for the attacks of the mini Bowsers. So, it's kind of like the forms of Thumbstickle course, except on a different perspective. So, I guess there's not much else to it. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and try to able to concentrate here. So just in case we don't screw this up, unlike the forms of how it does on that pretty delayed jump button from the likes of Thumbstickle course in Grand Canal, and also, a very, very random pattern when it comes to Thunder War. Like, I still consider about the fact that Thunder War will be easily the worst of the three in terms of multiplayer Bowser minigames, basically, so, but that's just me. So it looks like that both Mario and Dry Bones are already out, so there's not much to it. And of course it's just me and Wario are the only ones left to survive, so hopefully we won't be having that much trouble with this, I don't think, so. But it still can be quite lengthy though sometimes, especially noticeable that it's bad enough that this is still on the PAL version, so this means it gets a little bit slower in comparison to the forms in the NTSC counterparts, that normally it goes by quite decently fast, but not extremely fast, mind you. But either way though, we have to cope with this aside from that, so there we go. At least we did manage to win a Bowser minigame at the very least, so like, I think that the Magical Journey might actually be one of the easiest of the three, mainly because I'm more into 3D platforming sometimes, or maybe it's just about the fact that I'm always being super carelessly careful about, you know what I mean, just trying to avoid a lot of hazards like that, so. Alright, so it's my turn now, so I think I'm also able to use my Triple Shroom Orb, so yeah, this is what happens in action. So basically you have the mushroom for about 3 turns, like I said, but relatively speaking, that's pretty much about it, basically, so. I love how the fact that every time whenever you progress to the actual Pagoda peak, that sometimes you're able to actually do some like hopscotches between the forms of those bamboo sticks, and eventually when you almost try to make your way to the top of the actual peak itself, basically we ended up trying to able to troll around the actual tree branch, which is pretty cool, especially noticeable that it almost reminds me like a Kung Fu Panda vibe, especially because either way though, that I've watched all 3 films, basically, back in long ago, but I haven't watched it for quite some time, so I definitely need to get around into that, so. Alright, so once again we're going back into the multiplayer DK minigames again, so I think we'll might as well get the opportunity that we can able to play the last multiplayer DK minigame, which I think it's pretty much calls it the Bananas Faster, so. Alright, bingo, nice. So we basically played every single multiplayer minigames from Bowser minigames and DK minigames, that's top notch. Hop on the roulette wheel to collect bananas, you can jump as many times as you want before time runs out. So, I think out of all the actual multiplayer DK minigames, I must admit, that this one might be the trickiest, mainly because you have to rely on timing that you have to put up with. Especially noticeable about the fact that if you pay close attention to the bunch of bananas right there, that sometimes that it's not easy as it looks. Especially noticeable that there are a few times I keep on slipping by the forms of those banana peels most of the time, but I guarantee about the fact that I'm not usually great at this one, so oh well, at least we got a singular banana, which, that reminds me, since that particular value of bananas will be doubled, so I'm guessing I might as well take 2 coins, so I might be alright with that, so. It's just a shame about the fact that I didn't usually just able to collect that much bananas to begin with, so, oh well. But at the very least that I'm still pretty much in the lead right now for the sake of 2 stars and 30 coins so far, so nothing's gonna stop me anytime soon, so well, unless that there are some occasional moments like duel minigames that'll come into play, so. Alright, so I believe Mario he'll also land on the DK space as well, so. Oh jeez, so many long drawn out events. I think this is easily the longest turn we ever had so far, in turn 12 so far. That we're still on the 12th turn so far, so... And I believe we're going back into the multiplayer DK minigames again, so... Let's see how much value we'll go up to this time. And it's gonna be triple amount. Okay, I'm up to the task, so... Alright, so let's see what minigame are we playing now. Even though we've already played all three of them basically, so we're heading back over to Pure Loud, so I might be alright with this, so... Actually, gotta think about it. Whatever when turn 12 is already finished and done with, I need to take a break until specifically, well, this was obviously, if you couldn't tell already about the fact that I've almost felt a little bit slightly tired at this point. Mainly because, well, it's almost to the point that it's like almost 12 AM in the morning. So as a result though, once I finish recording the 12th turn, I need to take a break for a bit. And then until by that time, until tomorrow, which is the 9th of January in 2022, that means I'm gonna be able to record the rest. So, and hopefully that the second part will be completely uploaded today, or should be by the forms of tomorrow, which should be like, you know, I'm totally apologize for the forms of my tiredness mood, especially noticeable that I don't want to feel too overslept when it comes to likely trying to drag on to the forms of long-term events and stuff like that, but either way though, that's as far as I can usually try to describe it, so... Alright, so Wario gets a 1, 2, and 9, so that makes up to 12, so... Can't tell what space he's gonna land on, but I'm guessing he's gonna land on... Okay, just a blue space, so... No matter, but at least we can able to do 1 versus 3 again, so... I believe that we played 3 of these already, so it's just the fact that I'm pretty sure I've already double-checked on my minigames that we've played so far list, that I think we've pretty much almost done with the regular 1 versus 3 minigames, although surprisingly enough that we haven't exactly played that much of Mike minigames involves around 1 versus 3 so far. Although that, mind you, just like it informs of how it does on Mario Party 6, that in order to actually activate the 1 versus 3 Mike minigame is the fact that you have to be the only human player in order to able to actually utilize the mic feature, or in some cases if you're trying to able to use with the GameCube controller as well as your alternative, so I guess that begs the question. Feels like we actually got lesser amounts of coins, although to be fair we actually got 9 coins, so okay, so hold on a second guys. Oh, the next day and the next new day awaits. So yeah, if you couldn't tell already about the fact that I did a jump cut because of how the fact that, well, turn 12 really drags on, so that's why I have to take a break on the recording from now on. But now today's day is of course the 9th of January today, in this case in 2022 today, so I think we should be okay for the most part, despite the forms of how the fact that, well, exponentially, like I said, that the majority of most of those board events might tend to drag on every now and then, but hopefully by that time until today that I can get this done before I've uploaded this, so... Anyway, so let's just go ahead and buy another triple shroom orb specifically for Toadette and Toad as well. So I think we should probably get rid of the spare cannon orb for now until we're able to actually... Oh, wait a second. Ah, darn it! I think one of my character space will be replaced. Ah, darn it. But at least they'll do the exact same effect, like for instance the Hammer Bro character space, so whatever. I don't care. I really honestly don't care about it too much, but hey. So on the subject for Mario, he's gonna place his warp pipe onto the red space, so I guess that's alright, I suppose. And he gets a 4, so So yeah, I can't even believe about the fact that we've, technically speaking, almost to a point until the halfway point in terms of January already in 2022. So at the very least, we're able to actually be looking forward to some things in the future. Although we haven't exactly heard about anything for the likes of new game announcements just yet though. But maybe, just maybe, until next month, which should be February, that we're able to expect that we can able to actually hear about new info on, well, certain games coming up, or even especially noticeable with some new infos on certain, well, game related stuff, specifically like new info on, well, let's just say Splatoon 3 or Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope in the future. Or, potentially, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, because obviously that, well, we haven't got that long until whenever we get into the actual spring season. So I think we'll probably let Maxi will point it out for this new information about upcoming games in 2022 from the likes of, well, assuming if it goes on to Mario Party 8. Although I will mention briefly, for the likes of this game in particular, whenever I continue doing Mario Party 7 recording session, but if eventually that will happen, so... Alright, so it looks like Wario got himself his star, so he'll eventually go back to the very beginning of this particular, this board itself. And he'll land on his own space, so that way he'll get 5 bonus additional coins right there. And of course we're going back to 4-player minigames again, so... Ghost in a Hole. It's an alright minigame. I mean, it is a bit luck-based though. A haunted house. Run for the exit and get out before everyone else. So, yeah, basically you got to navigate through a serious amount of corridors and all that stuff, but sometimes you're able to come across into those open doors that you accidentally smack yourself with it. Or, in some cases, you might able to actually stumble across those pink boos exponentially. So, yeah, that's something you need to watch out for, so... But, usually, thankfully, it's nothing extremely luck-based, though. Like, usually, unlike in, the stupidity, get the rope and, Pitiful syndrome between the forms of both Mario Party 5 and Mario Party 6, because, you know, you never know of you able to actually win something. Whilst this minigame, for as far as the luck-based minigame is concerned, done alright, but it's not my absolute favorites though. It is definitely a bit, well, okay, but nothing major about it, at least in my opinion. But I digress. So it looks like we're doing pretty well so far. No mistakes or anything else to be more specifically, so... And of course the Bowser gauge is slowly filling up, so... Let's see what Dry Bones has to do. He placed his Spear Guy Orb right next to him. And in addition to that, he'll get 5 coins as an addition. And he gets a 9, so that means he'll able to get himself his star now. By the only cost of 10 coins, so... Yeah, because usually, relatively speaking, that 10 coins is considerably cheaper than the rest of any other price tags, so... Yeah, that pretty much is gonna be something. So yeah, everyone else got a star now, so because of that though, it could be a bit of a tough competition until specifically, whenever we get into the forms of some scenarios like the duel minigames occasionally, and because I've already mentioned about the forms of how the fact that they did manage to did something completely different to the duel system this time around in this game. So you can still, again, participating in the forms of the duel minigames, but the actual reward system is actually a lot different. So of course I can't use that because obviously I still got the mushroom with me. So I think I should probably place my well, let's just place the actual, the Zap Orb right onto the blue space so that I somehow managed to get rid of the Marios. Oh, nice! Double 8s! That's pretty top-notch and exciting at the same time. Pretty cool, huh? But anyways, this will pretty much give me about 16 movements, so... And that will pretty much lead me to the 3rd star. Mind you, I do have to pay like 20 coins in order able to get the star at this rate, but that's totally fine by me, so... There we go. Seems like I gained myself some pretty good rolls for the sake of the forms of this board so far. Although I highly doubt that I will be able to get the running star if that will be in if that will take place into when it comes to likely for bonus stars alike. So, but we'll just see what happens because, like I said earlier, that those 3 bonus stars will be randomized each time whenever you manage to replay through well, in one of the boards in Mario Party 7. So, alright, so we got ourselves these little 2 rockets here. Again, it's a 50-50 chance between either luck or good luck or bad luck. So, let's see. Oh, I somehow ended up back up there. Awesome. So that means I might as well get myself my 4th star assuming if I need to get myself some good rolls there. So, alright, so Mario is going to be using his Super Shroom Orb. So, God knows he might able to get himself his good dice rolls. 10, 7, and 4 makes 21. Well, mind you, that 2021 is already over and done with, so... And although he will get involved with my Zap, you know, Trap Orb, as you can see. And something's worth mentioning is that, unlike in Mario Party 6, when it comes to involving the forms of the Zap Orb, basically, if every time you're able to, like, move certain spaces and stuff like that, if I'm assuming correctly, in Mario Party 6, that's how you lose 5 coins, whilst in here, I believe you lose 3 coins this time around, so I'm guessing it's a little bit slightly different in comparison to the forms of Mario Party 6, so, but at least as far as I'm usually concerned with that stuff, so... So of course that unfortunately for Mario doesn't seem to able to get the star because obviously I somehow managed to place the Zap Trap Orb, so, and he will also land on the happening space as well. Like, usually on the exact same event as I usually do, so, and he's gonna get rid of the Zap Orb, so, and let's see which one of the rockets is he gonna go to. He's gonna go onto the right, just like how I did for mine. It seems like you just somehow managed to able to... Although that can be quite dangerous if you managed to able to get tied on a rope with the actual firework rocket, because it is extremely dangerous if you get involved in that, so... Alright, so Wario gets a 5, and he somehow still got the Spirit Guy Orb. And let's see what the next minigame are we going to be playing next. Once again, 4-player minigame, and do we get anything new? Nothing new. Well, we're really hoping we can able to play Cartwheeled, because that was the only minigame we have not played yet on this roulette, but... Oh well, no big deal, but at least we're doing Bubble Brawl again. Alright, time to knock those opponents off. Oh no you don't. And there it goes. Whew. Alright, so I believe we're now going to be hit on to turn 15, so... Yeah, everything else goes all, like, well, pretty long, you know. Although eventually, into whenever we move on to the next few boards, that I'm really hoping that, I do apologize for that particular capture footage going a bit glitchy all of a sudden, so I apologize for that. So anyway, oh god, 10, 10, 7. Jeez, 27. God, that's the most ridiculous highest roll that he's ever gotten. Jeez. And he also got the mushroom orb right there. I can't really tell. Oh, he's going back. Oh, wait a second. Is he gonna go for a dual space minigame or something? I don't know. We'll shall see until when he continue proceeding for this point. Oh wait, he's gonna go for the happening space on that waterfall. So yeah, that's the event I was talking about, and Oh, he's gonna get rid of his Bob-omb orb. Okay, I just realized that right about now. So yeah, with the forms of the Waterfall challenge, or the Kung Fu Falls as what's known here, basically that you simply have to grab all the coins while doing this challenge. Well, usually you have to grab coins, but if you do grab all the coins, you get a star. So because of that though, meaning that you actually succeed the perfect test. So, at least if I was swimming correctly. So, yeah, let's just go and use my cannon orb for now, just in case I really refused able to land on that particular happening space towards the very end of the board. So at least I hope not. Excuse me. And hopefully I should be safe from here. Oh, I just realized I might as well land on a happening space again, all the way to the very beginning of the board again. So yeah, I'll pay 30 coins for next star, thank you. Seriously, it feels like I'm pretty much dominating for the sake of the forms of this board so far. Although, whenever we get onto the forms of the next weekend, specifically, let's just say, the 15th of January to the 16th of January this month, that I might not necessarily not looking forward to the next board coming up, because, well, I'm sure that I'll explain more about it until whenever we get into the forms of the very end. While we're pointing out right away right about now, that if you do realize that the actual time length on the actual bottom part of the actual video itself, this is by far the longest video we've ever done. Like, literally, the longest video we've ever done for our whole entire life. Like, we've actually recorded for about an hour. Like, you see what I mean whenever we get into the forms of, well, I'll talk more about it until whenever we, oh, son of a, okay, whatever. At the very least, that Mario has none of his coins, so, but if he does, then obviously that it'll just make everything else a bit long, so. Whew. Oh, jeez. That almost scared me for some reason. Alright, so Wario's gonna place his Spirit Guy Orb almost right near to the red space, so he now places 2 of his own spaces at the very least at the very beginning of the board so far. Wario gets a 10, so, and he buys something like the Super Shroom Orb, so I think that should be alright for that case. And of course that he lands on another duel space, so I bet he's always gonna duel against with me. Because I'm obviously in first place, so yep. Alright. Let's see how this goes though, hey? Mad Props? Alright, never heard of it, but it's actually kind of tricky and difficult, so use the boat's propellers to navigate through the white water rapids. So basically we have to like press the L button to control the left propeller, and I believe the right one is considerably the right, and then if you try to activate both of them at the same time, I believe you do manage to able to go to the center, so, or straight on, so. But yeah, this minigame is pretty, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty difficult, mainly due to the fact that, well, it's just the whole entire nature with the actual control scheme, it's actually kind of feels a bit finicky, so, yeah, I wasn't exactly, expected with this one, so, could have gone a little bit better with the likes of, Wait For It, or, Cap Yukiki a bit better, or, in this case, Apes of Wrath, but no, we ended up on the forms of the difficult one, so, in fact, oh jeez, it's actually really close. Can I make it? Yeah! Alright. I somehow made it before Wario does. Whew, that was pure tight. Despite the forms of control issues, so. Alright, let's see. Let's see what reward I get from Wario. That's just 10 coins. I'm alright with that. Alright, so let's see what specific next minigame we are doing. Another 4-player minigame, and we have not done Fun Run yet, because that was the only one we have not done yet. Although we pretty much played 3 of these already, so we ended up going back into Snow Ride again. Which it makes it pretty obvious because we're still on winter season so far, specifically in the beginning portion of 2022, so we can expect that much. And until that time, specifically until next month, that's, like I said earlier, that the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics is going to be hosting in the likes of China. So, yeah, I'm pretty optimistic with that, even though despite the fact that much like in last year in 2021, that I don't think there's any like spectators to be found from the likes of Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics, sadly. But we'll see what happens until that thing comes. So, although if we decide able to mention more infos about, you know, Beijing 2022, I can't speak today for this point, guys. I really am. So, because anyway, I was expecting to try to mention more about the forms of more infos on Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics at some point next month, if we manage to go through some extras in this game, so... Alright, the third Bowser Time event is going to be in Pagoda Peak, and, well, he'll pretty much do exactly the same thing as the Earthquake thing, except rather than trying to cause an earthquake, he breaks one of the bridges, as you can see. Although it appears to be quite random for the sake of likely choosing either of those 3 bridges. So basically, one of the bridges is being broken down, specifically in the beginning portion. Well, not necessarily in the beginning portion per se, but to be more specifically like the middle portion or something. And basically, when that's been broken down, basically you have to wait until about 1 turn until it's been rebuilt. And imagine, if you will, that if you get a lot of progressioning for the sake of like, if you have like a lot of mushrooms with you, basically if you have like a very good rolls for the sake of dice rolls in particular, basically you'll be completely stopped automatically if you go right next to the broken bridge. And that way, oh really? Okay, whatever. Nothing really matters anyway, because it's like, I'm a little bit further back. Oh well, no big deal, but at the very least we can able to use the triple shroom orb. So yeah, anyway, imagine of using that and then, well, you'll be automatically stopped on that specific spot right next to the forms of that broken bridge, like I said. So, yeah, that's basically how it goes. Oh, what's this? Ah, a warp pipe! Oh, jeez, this... warp pipes can really bane for my existence occasionally. But oh well. I might as well get rid of the chemic orb because there's no point for using that because, well... at first I thought I was gonna able to like... Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I can deal with the forms of that... Well, the Blazing Rock event. So, let's try and do a button mashing thing quickly. And I think that should do it. So again, it's all predetermined by random, that depending on what specific reward you get, that usually you get like coins, or in some cases a star as a rare occasion, so... Alright, so what are you gonna do, Mario? You're not gonna use your orb yet, so that's fair enough. And, oh, speaking of such, he also is gonna decide able to do this again, so... Gee, let's see what he's gonna do this time. Or which specific reward he might as well go for this time. Well, we finished that. And let's see what prize does he might as well get. Whoa, what do you look at that? He got himself a star. So yeah, that's what I mean right there. That's, you know, most of the time you get coins or on a rare occasion a star. So, yeah, that must have felt very lucky on his part. So it looks like Wario's gonna use his Super Shroom Orb again. So, and he goes for 1, 7, and 6. So that makes 14. So is he gonna buy something? Nope. He's not gonna buy anything because he's still gonna save up. So I get the feeling that everyone else has managed able to almost go all the way up to the top, so... Oh, okay, we got ourselves another mic minigame. So we played 3 of these already, so... Okay, good. No balloon busters, thank you, but we'll take clock watchers any day, so... Anyway, stop the timer as close to the target time as you can. So basically, you have to be able to say stop until you're able to get closest to the time, so... Yeah, that's basically how this goes. In fact, this particular minigame does remind me of something. That it reminds me of one of those minigames in Wii Party, as well as the forms of one of those dual time segments for the sake of Mario Party Star Rush, if I recall correctly. Because basically, you have to able to get a lot of emphasis on the forms of that timing press for that certain amount of seconds. Oh, and also the battle minigame segment in Super Mario Party, which I thought was worth mentioning. So, it's my turn now. Start. So say 7 seconds, so... Stop. Oh, close enough. I was a little bit behind 24 seconds, so... Well, let's just say 24 milliseconds, I should say. And Mario, on the other hand, he's trying to aim for 10 seconds. A bit early. But let's see what Wario's gonna do. And his time is going to be 8 seconds. Will he get it? Oh, close, but still a bit early compared to me. And if you do manage to get the exact time, I believe that everyone else is like, oh, or anything else to be more specific, or in some cases the background music stops playing until when someone gets their turn next, so... At least if I'm assuming correctly, so... Alright, now on to the final 4 turn events. So, Wario is in 4th so far, Dry Bones is in 3rd, Mario is in 2nd, and I'm on 1st. So, I've basically conquered everything throughout the entire board itself so far. So, let's see what the actual last 4 turn events are going to be. Oh no. I hate that event. It's called the Mini Bowser 10 Additional Spaces. The reason why I don't like this event as much is the fact that not only does certain events will tend to drag on, but also it can lead you to some bit of unlucky moments, such as for instance the coin equal amount, or in some cases gives you a a cursed mushroom, and also on top of that, it just really screws you up. So yeah, this is not a good final 4 turn events, at least in my experience anyway. But at the very least, we showed that off for the sake of the forms of that particular event's dust. So basically, that Bowser just managed able to spread even more mini Bowser orbs onto certain spots, and basically they're all pretty much randomly placed. So yeah, that's basically how that goes, basically. However, though, there might be some other boards, I should say. They do manage to have their own exclusive last 4 turn event. I keep on thinking about trying to say final 5 turn events because I'm more into the forms of Mario Party 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 last 5 turn events and stuff like that, including the final 5 Frenzy from the likes of Mario Party DS and the last 5 turn event in Mario Party 8, and also recently Mario Party Superstars. That relatively speaking, it's just the fact that, well, it's hard to explain. So alright, so 5 and 1, that makes 6. So I think it should be alright, because at the very least I can still make it towards the very top of the peak again, and as a result I'm also getting my 5th star. Within, like, costs about 10 coins, which is a bit cheaper, which is pretty much expected. So there we go. Alright, so now the price count is now 20, so... Oh yeah, I should probably point things out as well, that one thing I forgot to mention about, and that is the fact that in the solo cruise mode, that I've already mentioned about the forms of the goal objectives with those 2 boards, both Grand Canal and Pagoda Peak, but there was also that very exclusive thing for the sake of the Forms of the Solo Cruise experience. That's what appears to be the actual coin block. And basically, if you come across into a coin block, sometimes the actual roulette can be summed up as ranging from, you know, numbers like 5 or... I believe they contain 1 through 30 coins, even though it has been ages ago since I actually last played the Solo Cruise, because obviously I'm more into the forms of party mode the most, even though the only time I play Solo Cruise is just the fact I have to unlock Bowser's Enchanted Inferno, the final board of the game. So yeah, that's what the Bob-omb does, it just knocks you straight back. So yeah, that's pretty much just as far as what this item does. So anyway, so let's see what Wario's gonna do. He's gonna place his warp pipe orb somewhere next to that particular 3rd bridge. So, and he gets an 8. And he's also gonna go for the Cave of Wonders kind of event, so... or the Blazing Rock, I should say. So, will we ever get the star just like Mario, or coins just like anyone else? So, I'm very surprised that Dry Bones hasn't exactly... oh, time's up. Oh well, no reward for you, Wario. But anyway, we're doing battle minigame again, so let's see how much coins we're gonna wager. Oh, no way! 30 coins! I guess that's pretty obvious, because me and Wario are the only ones managed to get a lot of coins out of it, so... oh, jeez. Let's go for Heli Popper again. I know there's technically one more battle game we haven't got left, or we haven't got yet, I should say. That's what appears to be Air Force. So, yeah, that was the only battle minigame we haven't got exactly yet. So, but hopefully we'll come across into it at some point, maybe on the next board. So, anyway, and also worth noting for Heli Popper, basically we need to avoid those bullet bills that just able to knock you off to the some portions of the entirety of the actual arena itself. But you know, you get the idea about that. I should probably point things out as well is the fact that I'm pretty sure that Sonic has already mentioned about this already. That recently, in about, I would say 3 days ago, that happy 10th anniversary of the UK release of Boom Street, aka Fortune Street in America. Well, it already did from the likes of likely about a month ago. Well, mainly in Japan and America, whilst in European countries, including the UK country, that's now that the Boom Street game has recently turned a decade old. Yeah, I think it's like roughly a decade old. So, yeah, I thought it's worth mentioning for the sake of that particular game I'd like to mention, so... Alright, so Dry Bones is once again going to be using the Super Shroom Orb again. So, in this case, he gets 6, 9, and 8. So that makes 23. That seems like a pretty good number that he managed to have anyway. And is he going to buy anything in there? Nope. Although, he's probably going to go back, so... Oh, wait a minute. He's probably going to land on the dual space, I just realized. Or maybe not. Okay, at least I'm alright for this point, so... I suppose I could probably place my, warp pipe... No, wait. I think I should probably place my, chemic, orb somewhere right next to that. The happening space, along with the mini Bowser space. So, should be alright from here. 9 and 7 makes 16. Pretty good number to have, although that I'm pretty sure that I might as well land on the dual space, am I? Well, I'll see. So I might as well purchase my another Super Shroom Orb again, so... should be alright on that part. Oh wait, yeah, I'm definitely gonna land on that dual space, so... Oh man, this will take forever, folks. It really will take forever. Although, again, as I promised you guys, that until specifically the next few weekends, I'm sure that some of these other boards' length might go a bit shorter, if depending on time. But anyways, it's time to do another dual minigame in... Well, this is interesting. Spin Doctor. How intriguing, huh? Run to the goal by navigating a series of spinning checkpoints. So I believe this minigame does make a return in Mario Party Superstars. So, yeah, because that's the reason why I say that's quite intriguing that we actually did manage to see this minigame. So, well, despite the fact that that was the only dual minigame they'll bring it back in the likes of Mario Party Superstars, which is kind of a shame, honestly, because I could have preferred Camp Yukiki a bit better, as well as the forms of, well, other minigames in general, like Apes of Wrath or anything else like that, but, oh well, beggars tales can't be choosers, I suppose, but still, I really can't excuse the fact that there might be quite a few better dual minigames out there for the sake of, well, Mario Party 7 in general, but not the end of the world, but that's how it is for my part, so yeah, you have to go for a serious amount of those little spinny checkpoints, but as soon as you make it towards the end, well, that's how you complicated. Well, assuming if you're able to come across into some very, very good spinning checkpoints that it does nothing to the point where, well, at least you're hoping that you're able to get like good stuff here and there, so but I digress. Alright, so nothing's going on for the sake of time, so yeah, I think that's just pretty much as far as I can say in terms of the forms of that specific discussion at that point, or for that point of view, because, well, aside from the fact that, well, unfortunately for the sake of time, and that is the fact that, well, unfortunately my computer starts to lag again, so as a result though, it can meaning about the fact that my input is decided able to actually go ahead and delay and stuff like that, which is not that great, but that's to be expected with my programs and stuff like that, so alright, so it looks like Mario's not going to buy anything in the shop so far because he doesn't have that much coins yet. But, on the other hand, he gets like a cannon orb that he somehow got, so oh jeez, another DK minigame. Although, to be fair, that, you know, we've already done all of the multiplayer ones, it's just the fact that, well, although we have seen 2 single-player ones, so we've only got one more single-player ones left, even though technically I already played Vine Country, but I haven't played both of them yet, so, well, which is A Bridge Too Short, and also Jumpman, so oh, speaking of such, Mario's gonna be able to win a star if he succeeds. So, in this case, he's doing Vine Country again. Gee, that could be pretty much summarized the forms of one of the easiest DK single-player minigames throughout. At least if I was assuming so, anyway. Alright, let's see what Mario's gonna do. Well, he's doing pretty well for starters. Well, he dodges that, although he got hit once by that honeycomb, but he's still up for it, and he succeeds, so that means he'll get his 3rd star. So he's almost slowly catching up to me, but nowhere near as much as the forms of my 5-star lead. Well, to be more specific than that. So congratulations, Mario, you've passed the test. For the sake of likely getting your next star after not getting it from Koopa Master and stuff like that. Alright, so meanwhile, for at the very top of the mountain, or at the very top of the peak, I should say, that Wario, he's basically still up there, and he'll get his next star. So, kudos to Wario. And sure enough, you'll pay 20 coins for it, so... But yeah, honestly guys, there's not much else I can say about the forms of today's discussion, apart from the fact that until tomorrow anyway, that Maxi will definitely go back onto Super Mario 3D All-Stars for Super Mario 64 for the sake of likely, well, just trying to continue that Let's Play and stuff like that. I know, still it's a bit unnecessary to able to do those 3 games again, but with the forms of upscale to 1080p and stuff like that, as opposed to the usual 480p or 720p on some extent, but usually we're just out to able to go for the sake of comparison for certain things, so... Alright, so looks like Wario's gonna share or trying to swap coins to Dry Bones. So in this case, Wario will get 19 coins and Dry Bones gets 13. So definitely a bit step up for that precision so far. At least in terms of for Wario anyway. Alright, 2 versus 2 minigame in... Oh, so close to play Pyramid Scram, but... at least we're playing this one again, so nothing right to home about because, well, it's basically the exact same one again that we've already played since Grand Canal. Alright, time to hit those Piranha Plants, so that way we can able to, well, despite I messed up some of these shots, but that's okay because we are essentially, well, trying to able to continuously trying to win sometimes. There we go. We somehow win again. Finish. Whew. That sure is something. Alright, so I believe we're now on turn 19 right now. So, yeah, we are getting really dang close. So it looks like that Dry Bones is gonna use his mushrooms. So let's see what numbers is he gonna get. 6 and 5. Makes 11. Seems like a good number to have for his. Well, somewhat decent. I would probably have to point things out right away. And I think he's gonna able to get his coins taken again from the likes of Wario. And this time around he'll take just only 5 coins. Nothing more than that, but I... Alright, so it's my turn now. Now I think I'm probably going to be using my majority of the Super Shroom Orb as much as I can. Although, it might be seems to make things a bit... Oh, 10. 10. And... Oh, close, able to get triple 10s to make a maximum of 30. But dang, that was really close. So anyway, yeah, I might as well buy another item. Although, it might be seems kind of pointless because obviously that we've almost at the final portions of Pagoda Peak. So, okay, I might as well able to do that anyway. So, Zap Orb, yeah, I'll just toss it away. So there's literally no point to it. And I think I might as well land on, what's this? Spear Guy. Thank God it's nothing like the Piranha Plant Orb, because if I somehow get involved with the Piranha Plant character space, then I will lose a chunk of those coins. So, well, to be more specifically, half of them, so... But no, it's just the Spear Guy Orb again, so... But this time, Dry Bones got 20 coins, so... From me. Alright, Mario, what are you gonna do? You're gonna not use your orb yet, so... Fair enough. And he gets a 7, so... Yeah, I wonder what space he's gonna land on. And he buys himself a regular Mushroom Orb. And and he lands on the red space. Although he's gonna get rid of... Oh, he's gonna get rid of the cannon orb? Huh. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough on their part. And Wario's gonna place his warp pipe orb somewhere over there. So just in case if everyone else gets involved with that. It will be crazy about the fact that I wasn't able to actually use the Super Shroom Orb and decide to go back up there again to able to purchase another star. But at the moment right now, that the price count is roughly... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I think I get the horrible feeling something might happen right here. Oh, no way! We switched! Ah, dang. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. It does not matter. Even though Mario was actually getting quite close to the star space at the very top. Although, that he doesn't have that much coins to begin with, so... Alright, 2 versus 2 again. Let's see what we're gonna be playing next. Alright, there we go. New minigame, Pyramid Scream. Work with a partner to catch the coins raining down from above. So basically, we have to work together to grab the insane amount of coins while trying to carry this particular box crate. Of anything else. And by the way, every time when the coins, including a coin bag as well, somehow touches the sand, then it'll just sink through it. So this means that you won't be able to obtain them. So that's something worth knowing for. Dry bones, you're not helping. Even though this minigame is kind of similar to, as I recall correctly, that one of those 2 versus 2 minigames that's called Battery Ram, that is kind of similar to this minigame, except it's a coin collectathon, so... Although, speaking of Battery Ram though, oh boy, whenever we get into that minigame, oh jeez, that'll be quite tragic, aside from the fact that you have to work with the AI and stuff like that. Alright, final turn in Pagoda Peak, so let's see what the actual results will get. Well, as far as I can tell, that Dry Bones somehow tossed the actual, the Spear Guy orb somewhere in the red space. And for the love of God, we got another dual space. Oh jeez, this is getting ridiculous. In fact, from the record, from my timing of that recording session right about now, almost an hour! Oh, jeez. But let's see what we're gonna be playing next. Warp Pipe Dreams. Alright. I'm actually quite intriguing with this part. Head for the goal by jumping in and out of warp pipes. So basically, you have to able to remember which one of the pipes will lead you to. So that's basically how this minigame plays out. I'm hoping I can able to go to the correct way. But if not, then oh well. Oh, I somehow accomplished it perfectly. Even though Dry Bones got screwed over because he goes all the way back to the very beginning. So I don't know which specific rewards I might get, but if I somehow get the red cross, this means you get nothing, so... Oh, I've got all of his coins. Sweet. So anyways, what the actual symbols may do, well, the actual thing tells you or shows you saying that the 2 coins icons representing half the coins, but if it's like a 3 coin icons, basically that you're able to get like all of the coins basically. So yeah, that's essentially how this basically works. So 4, 9, and another 9, so that makes 22. Jeez, that's like a really good roll right there. Despite the fact that it might tend to make it a bit of a longer sequence when it comes to likely getting something like this. Alright, so yes, I'll pay another star because I somehow win a duel minigame at the very least. So, give me my 6th star. So I should able to actually win the second board after all, so because of that though, I somehow managed to conquer it all from the likes of Pagoda Peak, despite the video length at this point in time is almost going to be twice as long, even nowhere near as long as, well, at least in one of those Cap King 74 videos, for the sake of, well, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild finale, that is usually roughly about an hour and 25 minutes for that recording, but you get the idea about that. Alright, so Mario places the Bub-Bomb Orb somewhere near to the star's base, and also right next to that infamous... Oh! Speaking of infamous, he goes all the way back to the start. Although nothing matters anyway, because he doesn't have enough coins to get his next star. And lastly, we have Wario's turn, so let's see what he gets. 5. Oh, what does that lead into? Oh my god! Another mic space. So many mic spaces all in that particular run-through. Oh man. Tell you what, whenever we get into Pyramid Park though, well, I'll talk more about that whenever we get into next weekend, so... Alright, so looks like that Wario bets on all 22 of his coins. So, will he succeed or not? Well, we shall see. Well, this time he only gets like 4 cards as opposed to 3, unlike me. And I believe Dry Bones as well also utilizes 3 cards as well, so... So it looks like he got 2 of them correct, so let's see about the other 2. Oh, nope. He got that one wrong, so whoopsies. So I believe between Dry Bones and Wario, I believe both they're on 3rd right now, so... I don't think there's any tiebreaker stuff from the likes of, well, between 3rd and 4th or something like that, although I may be wrong, but either way though, we'll see what happens there. Alright, final minigame in Pagoda Peak, and that is Picture This. Turn the picture book pages to find the matching image. The first player to match 3 images wins. So, yeah, basically we have to press the L or the R button to flip those pages over, and then press the A button to place the actual bookmark to actually replicate the actual, the page you're looking for. Alright, let's begin. Alright, so we're doing the card variation of this minigame, so... Because there are quite a few multiple variations of this though. I think there's one of them involves around, well, if you probably already know, it's on the minigame instruction footage. One of those page variations is all about watering the plants, and there's also the snail one, and also there is the car one like you saw earlier, so... I don't know about the 4th variation though, because it's been such a long while since I actually known about this minigame basically, so... Anyway, oh jeez, I think I've almost run out of time on this, so I'm gonna have to able to hurry this up before, well, everything else goes all like, well, daunting for the sake of time. So, let's see, well, I've got a lot of coins there, so, and I've won a lot of stars, basically, so... Alright, let's see what the bonus stars are. So we have the Orb Star, Running Star, that will be definition of me, and Red Star. I think, if I recall correctly, that, oh, let's check out the Orb Star first. Who got this? Oh, Wario got it. Which I'm guessing is like a good thing, that, although... I don't know. Alright, so for Running Star, that will be me, because I get really good rolls for the sake of likely be using, not only regular mushrooms, but also, well, golden shroom as well. And lastly, the Red Star goes to 2 players, which are Dry Bones and Mario. Okay. I'm surprised about that. But nothing compares to the forms of the overall superstar when it comes to Pagoda Peak itself. It's obviously May. And unlike the forms of Mario Party 6, for terms of that, you know, the superstar victory animation for Toadette, that's, thankfully, it's been normal, as opposed to, like, reusing the exact same animation as Toad in Mario Party 6. So, that's something that's worth mentioning. So, 7 stars? Jeez, that seems quite a lot. And, let's check out the detailed results. Could have gone the minigame star, as well as the shopping star. Oh, me and Dry Bones are off by 1 orb from Wario. Oh jeez, that is so scary. And I somehow won by 25 movements from Dry Bones, so that's pretty, almost kind of close. And as far as the red star, I didn't land on a single red spaces at all. And as far as any other spaces in general, yeah, we basically... Oh, imagine if the action star comes into play. I'm pretty sure Mario will be able to get the action star. But aside from that, well, that was actually quite an endurance test, basically. So, yeah, I think we should probably end things off at this point right here. So join me next weekend for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 7. That's what it appears to be. We're going on to Pyramid Park, my least favorite board in the game. Because, well, I'm sure I'll explain more about it. So I'll see you guys next Saturday. Later, fellas.